I'm a liberal guy, but sometimes kids gotta die.
It's true.
I saw a free parking sign, thought it said free Palestine. Yeah. But a Zionist Jew, born and raised with Western views, yeah? This is self-defense, so get your neck off of me, boo, please. Ain't it? Israeli, none of your business. You what? This is my land. You can tell by me accent. Yeah. My own land is threatened. I'm from the main of the West End, and my white skin is reddened because the sun is anti-Semitic. Arabs hate gays, make all them ladies them cover their face. It's a disgrace because we love the gays. And if you don't like us, I hope you get AIDS, bitch. I'm a good guy, I'm a good guy, I'm a good guy, I'm a bad guy. Arabs are genetically predisposed to hating women. If you don't believe me, you're a fucking twat, you are. And I hope Hamas finds you, yeah? And I hope they corner you on the street and I love all people. You can tell cause I drew a heart with the dreads of me tank. I respect all cultures, but you better be like the West or you're gonna get banked and stripped, lit up, split up, British shit, set up, Jewish settlements, pick up, TikTok, do a dance, but that ain't me though. Haven't I always been right by your side? Whether you're black, purple, yellow or white, even support the creation of free Palestine, I say. Please code, cut it, run it, done it, go. Good or bad, it's hard to tell. Going fast for Israel. Bibi is bad. Yeah. Wish he was gone so peace could be had. But this is a war. Yeah. So I support him like he was my dad. Or maybe me nan. I love me nan. I am against the occupied land, but I trust the plan. So I'ma defend it as long as I can. These Arabs are racist. It's not a wall, it's a quarantine shit, it's contagious. It's not a genocide, it's a vaccine, it's containment, yeah? Some people think shooting fish in a barrel is courageous. Don't care what the ICJ says. Palestinians is problematic, which means they need to die. Everyone knows. It's complicated. I believe in peace, I believe in love, in equality. I believe in all that liberal stuff, which is why Palestinians should be exterminated. Oopsie daisy. More than two things can be true. Arabs life matter a lot less than Jews. Borat was not as good as Borat 2, yeah. My brain hurts, cause it is leak current out of me skull. I am ugly and I am bald. Water and oil, it's my political evolution. Blood and soil, yeah. Mix them up, that's a two-state solution. Welcome to Bad Hasbara, the world's most moral podcast live stream. Make some noise. I'm acting like there are people here. I'm not alone in my house. Let's bring on the most moral co-host, Daniel Mate, in the house.
You are not alone. I'm streaming with you from a hotel in Kansas City where I'm eating barbecue.
Yeah.
You are not alone.
That's right, bitch. Suck in on. What's up, guys? How are you doing?
That's not part of the published Michael Jackson lyrics.
No, that's new.
It might have been part of the intimate live version done in his bedroom, but that's not on the album version.
I'm sure that's how he wrote the song when he was alone.
Well, it depended who he was singing to, you know. Happy birthday to him a couple of days ago. Totally inappropriate jokes. All allegations. I don't believe anything. I love the guy. Hi, everyone.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Matt.
Yeah, listen, whether or not Michael Jackson did it, I think we can all agree he
He
probably
didn't stop
did.
until he got enough.
That's right. Don't stop. Ooh. You know what's great? Do you know the comedian Brent Weinbach?
No.
He's a great comedian. He's really weird.
He sounds like, as Jiminy Glick would say, sounds to me like a Jew.
Yeah, it sounds like a Jew. A little bit like a Jew. He has a great joke where he just ties his two fingers together, and this is how his impression of Michael Jackson, and he just goes, "Show me that fucky, show me." He just keeps. I do that all the time. This is a live stream, everybody.
Hi.
This is for the second time. This is our second time doing a live stream.
Yeah.
And for a lot of you, this is the first time you've ever commented on because usually are commenting all through the premieres, and then there are people like, is this live? And other people are like, no, it's not live, they're never live. Well, guess what, we're live now, so anything can happen. I could start doing my friend's Michael Jackson impression, saying, show me that fucky.
In some ways,
What
this reminds me a lot of, I feel a bit like Nas, Nasty Nas, when he first broke on the scene. You know why? Because it's live at the barbecue.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't.
Reference?
I don't. I'll be honest with you. I've never actually even listened, even to Illmatic. I've never listened.
Really?
Yeah, I just kind of missed Nas. It's like one of those things. Jay-Z is kind of another one where I just through osmosis happen to know a bunch of Jay-Z songs, but I don't
those guys are. It's easy to feel like with both of them that you're supposed to know them, but Illmatic and Jay-Z is hit and miss. So is Nas. Illmatic's amazing.
Yeah.
Live at the Barbecue was his first appearance.
Oh.
I forget whose track was it. Large Professor, I think it was Main Source, Large Professor's group, and he had a cameo, or he had a feature. A
feature, yeah.
Nasty Nas is a rebel to America. When I was 12, I went to hell for snuffing Jesus was like the line in his very first verse ever. And it made quite an impact. And it was kind of on the basis of that.
He killed Jesus, huh?
At a very young age. So
everyone's always blaming us for that.
But Jesus forgave him because he knew not what he did.
Does he do that the same with the rest of the Jews? I feel like they never say that about us. They never say, oh, Jesus forgives you because you know not what you do. They're always like, yeah, you did it. And then they're mad at us.
I know. They're confused.
I didn't even kill nobody. But hey, so welcome to the live stream. We're going to be talking about all sorts of shit. Israel, hip hop.
I'm going to be eating because
and he's going to be eating.
I've been driving all day.
He literally drove to Kansas City, but we have a guest, and our guest is just a really, really.
I wanted to get this guy on for a long time.
Wanted to get on for a long time. Somebody
very hard to pin down.
Hard to book. We keep talking to his people, and his people keep saying, yeah, maybe, I don't know. He's very important, big deal. And finally, we're able to get him. Ladies and gentlemen, you might know this guy from the funny things he writes in the lower third. You might know him as the producer of Bad Hasbara, the world's most moral podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, please welcome producer Adam.
Hey, it's me. I'm on the thing.
Hell yeah.
That's what you look like?
Yeah, this whole time.
That's hilarious. I just had you pegged for something else. What's that?
I said I'm sorry to let you down.
No.
Great. You look
great.
Me
up. You're getting me up.
Yeah, we're all hard now. I'm sorry.
What's up? I so many piggies in the chat. I'm so glad to get a shout out to producer Adam from from some hogs.
Yeah, look at this.
I'm eating you all right now.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then what did we look at this? We got someone gave us. Sorry for repeating the question. When will you adapt Bruce Coburn's "If I Had a Rocket Launcher"?
Well, if you go to my Instagram, Ian, from Canada, clearly you will find that on. I think it was December 26th or 24th. It was right around Christmas. I posted a video of me not adapting it, but playing it on piano very earnestly because I was thinking about Gaza. Do you know that song, guys?
I have no idea. I did know how to pronounce his last name, though.
You did. You sure did.
Because I had a roommate named Cockburn who did not like that I called him Cockburn because he was British. He's like, it's Coburn. And I was like, well, then why is it spelled Cockburn?
If we were to do the What's the Spin segment right now, I'd tell you that I've been listening to the audiobook of Charles Portis's True Grit, upon which the Coen brothers made their film. And the Jeff Bridges character's name is Cogburn. Rooster Cogburn.
Rooster Cogburn,
but Bruce Cockburn, wonderful Canadian singer-songwriter, incredible guitarist, one of the most, and he has a song from the 1980s, from 1984's Stealing Fire album, called If I Had a Rocket Launcher. And it ends with the lyric, if I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, if I had a rocket launcher, some son of a bitch would die. And he's talking about imperialists and Americans. He's talking about having been with Guatemalan refugees. It's all about his desire, his impotent desire for revenge when he sees the suffering of helpless people. And it was on the fucking radio, and it was like a big hit in Canada, and it did chart in the States a little bit.
Okay.
So it is on Instagram of me singing it. We don't need to adapt it, except instead of cry for Guatemala, it would be cry for Shujair or something.
Okay. I just want to point out this user named Observations wrote, "We're hogs," which I love. And then a very rude listener just wrote, "Zzz," which, hey, you know what? Go to sleep then. All right. We're out here giving it our all. And you're like, I'm bored. Talk about Israel. We're gonna, okay? But first,
I tweeted for genocide humor, and I got Canadian pop history.
Yeah, I got Canadians' love for anti-imperialist music. The fuck is this?
I've been driving all day. I'm not accountable. You guys can. I will allow Matt and or Adam to tell me to shut the fuck up. I will totally respect that. Anyone else, shut the fuck up.
Never a hog. And just for those of you who are listening, who are wondering, because I see someone in the chat going, wait, I thought the police were hogs. What? No, you see, I use hog as a loving term.
Break it down for them, farmer.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Farmers what? Farmers what? I think I'm going to bomb a,
Taco truck?
Mama said not you out. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, see, that's another one. So, listen. Everyone is a hog in some aspect, right? So what I mean by that is, like, we all love the slop. Slop, what is slop? It's the content that we like, whether it's Bad Hasbara, whether it's The Wire, or The Sopranos. I'm a hog for some Sopranos, right? So it is a term of loving endearment towards the listener. You are a hog, but what are hogs really? But beautiful animals that should not be eaten, that should be well fed, and who should be, given all of the mud to roll around in, and all of the anyone want to help?
Sorry, I'm so used to listening to you guys and taking notes. That I catch myself just sort of listening and taking notes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're all piggies, and we get our own particular slop.
That's right.
I do have a bit of business. Did you guys start audio recordings?
I started mine late. Okay. So but hey, it doesn't matter because
I'll do it now.
So Donald James says, I predict that Trump will spiral further into a depression and would have to be watched after Kamala wins. He'll be a danger to himself.
Donald James says
that Donald Trump is
President Trump. If you need help, please just ask. Okay, you don't need to
help.
You don't need to come up with a very unsubtle pseudonym and put it in there.
You think that's Trump in the chat? I predict he will be very sad when he loses. Oh, listen, if he loses, he's going to be the most relieved man in America. This guy does not want it. You can see it in his eyes.
Yeah, and also if it was Donald Trump, he would not be using a name so similar to his own. When he used to call into the Post, he would do it as like David Strong Handsome.
Right.
And,
yes.
And they would print it.
Yes. We love your peace songs that mock genocide. Thank you, Philip Blair. We shout out to you. Shout out to anyone here who is going to do them super chats. Also, there will be eventually like a YouTube members thing. You know, we're gonna do like a membership. But in order to do that, I have to delete like every single podcast that I've put on here that has copyright infringement, which is every TV Rewatch podcast that I've done. So it's going to take a little while, but eventually we'll have that. All right.
Stop all that DeviantArt Mickey Mouse content.
I can't. I want Mickey to fuck Minnie. They've been together for so long, and I've never seen dick going in.
Oh, I got a thumb drive for you.
Okay. Hey, look at that. Thumb drive.
Can I interview the witness? I mean, the guest? I mean, the
yes,
producer?
Please.
So, producer Adam.
Yes.
What does a producer do?
Boy.
Because people,
get that answer from someone. Matt, you as of very recently were the producer of Jordan Jesse Go.
That's right.
A very popular podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing what you did?
You're doing more than what I did on that podcast, because on that podcast it was just audio. You're also doing video. Let me tell you what Adam does. All right, for those of you in the comments wondering, although I guess no one is. Someone just wrote produce, which yes, that's what he does. He helps to book the guests. He tells the guests where to be. He makes sure he does sound check with them, and then he edits the video. He edits the audio. He puts it out. He makes clippies. He's out there in these streets showing little bits of our pieces to people. He's what else?
You guys gotta stop sending me pictures of your little pieces.
Yeah, I'm never gonna stop. That's the point, is to show you my little piece, and you tell me you produce by saying if it's good.
A million little pieces. He also coaches us, like he keeps an eye on the vibes. I'd say
that's right.
He's the vibes checker in chief. He's the number one. He's the number one vibes checker.
Yeah.
Well, I am a piggy by tradition. For years and years.
By training, you might say.
All kinds of different podcasts.
By breeding.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. And so I know what sucks all the way, and so I try and avoid us doing that.
Yeah, he makes sure we don't suck, which is hard because we mostly suck. And he also helps to edit out like the parts of the podcast where I just say, 1,000 times in a row, and then eventually admit I didn't have anything to say. I just felt like I hadn't talked in a while.
And where I pledged fealty to various 1,000-year reigns of shady regimes.
You have no idea how nicely a well-placed covers an edit. So,
that's true. That's why I do it.
Those are nice for preserving the rhythm of the show when you're nipping out a little bit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, he is the most moral showrunner, as Billy Clifton says. And we have a lot to talk about. I brought a bunch of shit that I think is going to be fun. The first thing I want to show everyone is something that a fan made for this show, which I really appreciated.
I just need to figure out why these plugs in this hotel room are not working, because my computer's going to die otherwise. So just keep going.
Yeah. You figure that out. And I will go ahead and say, so this is a Bad Hasbara bingo board created by Tatri's Resistance on Instagram. I had to look.
I love this so much.
So Tatri's is apparently that's like a very the specific Palestinian like design. It's
weaving,
weaving exactly.
Craft work, which incorporates like geometric shapes.
Yes,
that represent different parts of like the topography of Palestine. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's very cool. So I learned something from this account. But then I also saw this bingo board, which kind of blew my mind. Also, Bad has bingo. Goddamn right. Here it is. So this is now obviously in order to actually play bingo, you have to have all of those tiles. They have to be in different orders. So it doesn't really like we'd all get bingo at the same time if we played it. That's the way bingo works. But just to read the tiles is kind of amazing. So let me read them for you. From the river to the sea. So Matt sings/raps. Daniel makes a pun. Shout out to producer Adam, which, by the way, Adam, that's got to make you feel good that that's in there, because it's one of those things that we try really hard to do.
I appreciate it every time you guys do it. It's nice to work with people who are nice.
Hell yeah.
And I was very touched having been a long time podcast fan that someone made this for this show. I think.
Yeah. Like this is stuff that we've made for, podcasts we like. I mean, not me. I only do it for The Sopranos. But still. Daniel, did you figure that out? You still you hell yeah, dog. Yeah. Okay. So another one. Daniel changed his facial hair. Hebrew lesson from Daniel. Intentional mispronunciation of guest's name. Does that happen a lot? Have we done that? Who did I do that to?
I made a
Tidgaha, and also I think I said just Sella Lamone.
Sure.
I guess
I talked about how Sella rollback would be a nice inversion.
Yeah. I mean, listen, hey, we're pieces of shit. All right.
This is a dumb podcast by idiots. People have to remember that.
Yes. The more people
thanks producer a dum dum.
Yeah, producer idiot. Birthright story. Woody Woodpecker laugh from Matt. All right, so I take offense to this. If anything, my laugh is like whoever's laughing at the beginning of that song Wipeout. That's what I believe. Woody Woodpecker. Come on.
The Fat Boys version or the original Surf?
I was like the original. I don't know the Fat Boys. Yeah. Wipeout, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then dog. Do we say dog a lot?
Oh, you say dog a lot.
Do I?
You go, yeah. I love you, dog.
Love you, dog.
I love you, dog. Yeah, that's true.
Who's your dog? Who's your dog, Matt?
Soundboard interjection.
Crazy Jews.
Ghostbusters reference. Cooperative overlap.
Never heard of it.
I love that cooperative overlap is center square. Matt makes a pun. Things turn serious. Zinger from producer Adam. Quote, ladies and gentlemen and everyone else. I do that. Break the tension with a joke.
What tension? What tension? What fucking tension?
What tension? There's no tension.
On the live stream, they're seeing everything that I edit out of the regular episodes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Most of the episodes we record are 4 hours long, and he gets it to a nice 90 minutes.
Like the pork.
Nice and soft and chewy. All right, what else? Final ones. Finkelstein impression. Adam makes a pun. Woman guest. Woman guest is so...
That is devastating.
That's devastating. What a read.
In what direction? We've had 4 straight women guests.
Right, but at the time this was written, I think we had just been celebrating our first woman guest in 2 months.
Fair enough.
And we're just like, look at us. It's a bunch of allies over here with women.
Oh, my shoulders are tired from that medal they're holding up.
Yeah, oh my gosh. All right. And then let's see. Matt does a foreign accent. I haven't even begun, dude. My other podcast, holy shit. I nothing but foreign accents. But I try to keep it PC, I even though what I really want to do is a Cholo accent. It's my favorite accent, but it's just one that you're not allowed to do anymore. So, I try not to. I'm trying to grow.
You're getting the uncut dope that would absolutely be removed from an episode.
It's a fun accent. Oh, I just barely started. Okay.
I thought we were doing so well as a team. I wasn't ready for you to go Cholo.
Oh. All right. Mark down that. Daniel does a pun. Borat voice my wife. Daniel sings, raps, song parody. bless you to Tree's resistance. You rule. Like, just seeing that just warmed my heart, because I was like, look, someone pays attention enough to this podcast to know our weird little like idiosyncrasies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's incredible. So
I mean, honestly, don't they say that like to be intimate with someone is for them to know your quirks and your tics and love you anyway? I mean, that's true. That feels like
that's what it is with you guys out here. You know, it's like
some of you.
Yeah, you guys are fucking. You know, like we have this parasocial relationship, right? Like, I don't know you guys personally, but if you know enough, like if you come up to me on the street and be like, you know, what was this about you sticking a turkey baster delight in your ass? I'll be like, oh, are we best friends?
Real talk.
You know my most intimate details, or am I a podcaster?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's one or the other.
Real talk. I had breakfast this morning in Louisville, Kentucky, in Germantown, with a Bad Hasbara listener.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because I just put out. I'm driving across the country right now for undisclosed reasons, and I was like, "Hey, is anyone in Louisville?" And just as I was about to hit the road, I had posted a picture of this Woody Guthrie mural in Germantown.
And someone was like, "Hey, I listened to the podcast."
I listened to the podcast. Yeah.
You know what's so crazy is that like it'd be so easy to kill you.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm just be like, hey, come here. Like the Mossad, if Mossad wants to take us out, they could do it very easily. All they have to do is send an email, be like, hey, I love your podcast. I own a shirt company. What size? And then, you know, they send you a box.
What size? And your social security number.
Yeah, and your social security number and your mom's maiden name.
No, man. It takes a lot of, you got to break through a lot of encryption, answer a lot of skill testing questions before I'll show up to the place that you need.
128-bit.
You got to do at least one CAPTCHA.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have to call out Nil2500 in the chat, who called out Matt for a missing bingo item, which is 100%.
Do I do that?
100%.
That's crazy. I didn't know. There's so many things I didn't know that I do. Like my wife, fuck, that's in there now. Says I walk weird. And then I was like, what are you talking about?
Not on camera.
Yeah, no one listening to this podcast can tell.
It's called sitting. He's sitting.
Yeah, it's called.
I know it looks. It's a really weird looking walk because he's seated.
Yeah,
he's actually not. Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, here we go. We got another super chat. When will we get that episode on Shy David something guy?
You want to know something?
What?
I emailed that motherfucker.
Oh, hell yeah! Really? What'd you do?
Well, it's not going to happen now anyway, so I'm not ruining it. There's this other guy, Eyal Yacobi. You ever see this guy on Twitter?
Maybe, I don't know.
He fancies himself something of an academic or a PhD student or something.
Okay.
And he's been like haranguing Zachary Foster, right? Shout out to
right,
Zach.
yeah, sure, yeah.
Being like, when will you debate me? Meanwhile, Zach's been like, Shy David, when will you debate me?
Right. Which is an actual debate that I would love to see, because Zach is a fucking encyclopedia when it comes to this shit. I mean, he's incredible. We got to get him on again.
But for an Ashkenazi Jew, his Arabic accent is sexy as fuck.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Anyway, then someone else was like, hey, Shy and Eyal, you should debate Zachary Foster and Daniel Mate. And I was like, I'm in.
What, this is like a debate polycule.
It is. Yeah, try it. Eyal's like, I'll take you both. I like bring up like he wants to do a 2-on-1. And I'm like, we're like, no. Who are you?
Yeah.
And so
you bring nothing.
Essentially there was sort of an exchange with Shy where he was like, I don't debate people who spread falsehoods. And I wrote to him privately. I said, Shy, as a professor, I'm just really curious, like, isn't the nature of debate? He said, I don't debate people who use their academic credentials to spread falsehood. I find that it diminishes respect for the truth. I said, I'm curious though, like, isn't it in the nature of debating an academic you disagree with that you believe that their views are false?
Right.
like, who do you debate if you don't debate people you think are spreading falsehoods? Isn't that kind of the point?
It's I'm swinging my fists in front of my face, but if you get hit, you walked into my fist. It's like, right. Hey, debate me, you punk, but I won't debate you.
Yeah, right.
It's phony. It's a put on.
He didn't reply.
Yeah, of course he didn't reply. He's no, I mean, and also, what is he if not that exact description? Once again, every fucking accusation is a confession. He literally has spent, and he's not even like I don't believe he's a tenured professor, and I believe he's has a degree in business or some bullshit, and he's out here being like, oh no, you're really you're degrading the prestigious nature of a degree.
And he's got a family connection to some Israeli weapons company.
Right, yeah. Also, he is literally a war profiteer. Yeah, no, I would love to see that. But someday
shy.
You guys see we have 457 little piggy pigs?
Yay! Hoggies! Num 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 num.
It's a piggy cule.
It's a piggy cule. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bad Hasbara live stream. We are here for the second time ever, just talking about stuff. Daniel's eating ribs. Producer Adam.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Yeah, there's no perfect Shabbat dinner like a live stream and hog. Oink oink, give me slip. Someone slip. And then other people are saying it's haram. It is haram. It is treif, and we apologize. Guys, I want to show you something. That you know how much Israelis love AI.
Sure.
Israelis love AI. The Hasbaras love it because you don't need to have actual video or photographic evidence of something when you can just type it into like DALL-E or whatever. And one of the things about AI that I love is it's also a window into your like psyche. Because it draws something based on the prompt that you put in, and the prompt that this guy put in
on yourself machine.
It's very much telling on yourself. And check this out. So this guy Yossi Goldstein made a bunch of these, and it just says one day the Palestinians will bow down and apologize for what they have done, and it's like a Palestinian woman kissing the feet of another woman who is a queen of Israel. And then next, the Iranian mullahs versus Israel. It is Wonder Woman in a throne and having, I suppose, an Iranian mullah, once again, touching her feet. Next, Israel is king. A bunch of women touching the feet of another Israeli woman in the chair. And then finally, one in like old school, like comic book style. It's getting better and better. My Iranian friend sent me this. No, he didn't. You're a fucking liar. You made this.
And he's got her socked foot in his mouth.
Yes. This is
They're
the
all
most
10 out of 10 barstool dime piece hotties. They're
100%, which is in the prompt. Like
absolutely,
very hot woman, not just any Israeli. The
slender waist,
one.
but big hips,
like hourglass hips. Like the Baba Boom. You know what I say? Like
it's how you say Hati Bumbalati.
Hati Bumbalati. Yeah, dude. I mean, just you like can see in the inside of this guy's brain where he's just like, I need an excuse to make some Israeli feet. And this seems like a pretty good excuse to do so. I just, but don't lie on the last one.
Well, he's the chief rabbi. He's the chief rabbi of Torah Judaism.
Hey, Torah. Oh, my Iranian friend sent me this, and we're friends because we met on WikiFeet, commenting on people's feet.
The fact that he was Iranian was kind of
it was just kind of like
tangential to the issue.
Yeah. But my point is, it's not racist because my Iranian friend said this into Dolly. So
we are not king shaming.
No,
us king shame, not king shame.
That's right.
But we will Zionism shame all day
100%.
long. I saw an incredible AI thing today, which is besides the point here. But actually, it was it was the first time I looked at AI, and I'm like, this could be beautiful. Thank you for the contribution, but I'm going to use it for gas money because I prefer to drive. Honestly,
me too.
I'll take any opportunity to drive across this beautiful country, fucked up country. It was a video. The prompt must have been like showing a bunch of politicians knocking on your door, peeking in the peephole, and then doing like Kamala Harris coming to the door with a machine gun, Donald Trump coming with and entering and like helping themselves and like torturing people, and the Pope and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and Kamala Harris. It's very equal opportunity.
Who did this?
I don't know. I'm going to see if I can actually find it.
Yeah, see if you can find it.
It's actually quite beautiful in a really horrific, bizarre way. And it was directed by, I think, two brothers. So it feels like I'm watching like the inauguration of a new genre of like fever dream AI trying to do it with some kind of creativity. And it's partly mad. It's still AI, so it kind of makes you sick.
No,
but on another level, it feels like it's the dawn of something possible.
I like the idea. If you're gonna do AI stuff, at least make it like the prompt has to be fever dream prompt instead of just like this lame shit is just you have no artistic skill, but you really want to put in some Hasbara work, and you're also horny for feet. And you're just like, I'm gonna post these, and then I'm gonna post them like, check this out, as if like the Star of David's all fucked up on the first flag. It's just.
All right, so I found it. I sent it to you. It's a minute and a half long. We can watch it together if you like.
Here, before we watch that, you guys, you're talking about like maybe there's something good to come from AI, and I feel like I should warn you. It's a little more sinister than you might think. Like, what about this?
I support all of BB's policies.
That's weird, Matt. I can't believe you said that.
Crazy Jews. What?
Oh, that's weird.
I gotta get rid of Matt and make some real podcast money.
What? Daniel, I can't believe you would say something like that.
Adam!
Daniel carries the show. Daniel carries the show.
I mean, Matt would have me cut this sort of thing out of the show. Like,
I didn't
listen
say
to
that.
This.
I was getting some Iron Dome just last night.
Matt, why would you say such a thing?
Does that sound like me?
Lin-Manuel Miranda is the king of homework rap, which is my favorite genre.
I would never say genre. Genre.
I mean, Daniel, I don't want to hurt your prospects.
No, Beethoven, Schmeethoven. Have you heard the Red Hot Chili Peppers? 525,600 shut the fuck up. Why can't I get you to shut the fuck up?
I support all of BB's policies. This is Crazy Jews.
We had no idea this was coming.
I want you to come. That is me saying I want you to come. Oh my God. My God.
I will be expensing that back to the show.
100%. 100%. That is incredible and so scary. Are we
really disturbing?
Oh my God. This is, what's fucked up about this? I'm somehow going to shoehorn a genocide into this, but we're at probably in history the last moment where seeing a bunch of shit on social media that we've seen in terms of like just the firsthand accounts of just the brutality of this Israeli regime on the Gazan people, where you're seeing every day children being killed,
and now on the people of the West Bank too.
People on the West Bank as well, and that's only going to get worse. But this is the last moment in history where we're going to be able to look at that kind of stuff and not question whether or not it's real. And
I got a scorching HJ on Birthright.
Adam, he was in the middle of saying something really, really serious.
No, but
I'm a whittle baby piggy.
Wait, are you able to write new ones as we go?
Is it writing them itself?
I'm a whittle baby piggy.
Oh my God!
Right, you can at the risk of Adam interrupting what I'm about to say with something even more disgusting. Yeah, you should feel free to do because it's a hilarious bit. I mean, you're right, but we might be past that cusp, Matt, because you have the whole bullshit Hollywood accusation, and the truth is that some of the footage out of Gaza, because Israel's doing such horrific shit, it's so incongruous. Like looking at what we're seeing, the bodies of children and the ways that we've never seen things done to bodies like that.
Yes.
Except in special effects.
No, I know.
And so Israel is already creating an AI looking reality.
True. You're right. I mean, people are seeing so much brutality that I think
mind can't compute it.
Yeah, it's almost like just your mind, in order to like cope with it as a human being, like this much trauma, your mind does learn to get numb to it. But I feel like there's a difference between like overload, right? Yeah. And what AI is going to reap eventually upon our just trust of anything that we see ever. Like we're going to, because the one thing you're not seeing, despite the Hollywood accusations, which whenever they do that, they also do an accompanying like video from some like movie set that was happening like not even in Israel or Palestine. Right. It was just like some Lebanese movie where they show Arabs like putting on makeup and they're like, look at this, they're pretending to be Gazans destroyed, and it's like
make believe is deeply ensconced in this culture.
Yeah, they'll show like those like rubber babies, and they'll be like, oh, all the babies you see are rubber, and everyone sees that and goes like, you're a disgusting person for even suggesting that.
Right.
Like that's, I think, not taken that seriously. But I mean, listening to those Adam drops, I'm like, holy fuck. At some point, we're just not going to be able to see anything on our computer screens or TVs and be able to trust it.
We're gonna see weddings where like the officiant asks, says to the bride, "Do you take this man?" And then she gives her little speech and she says, "Yes, I do." And the man's gonna flip out and be like, "Out, demon!" or something. He's gonna like try to rip the fabric of reality and like prove that she's a AI, and someone's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucked up. Just all very scary, and that's what Adam's bit has led me to talk about.
Birthright? More like everybody's right to party.
It's I think a good rule of thumb is if every creative person who you respect thinks that something is bullshit and terrifying and disgusting, it's probably bad. Like if the people who you look up to as interesting thinkers are all against it, it's probably bad. If it's being pushed by the tech industry and the finance industry and the absolute worst people on earth, probably not good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then let's not watch this thing. You're right. Like I need to resist this part of me that's like, oh, it's cool. It's probably really bad for it.
I still want to see it.
Yeah, I think we can comment on it, but we can say like, hey, AI sucks shit.
AI is bad. We admit it's bad, but we also, get to still watch some cool shit. Like, I mean, this is good. Listen, guys, we contain multitudes, right?
Crazy Jews.
This is what Walt Whitman had in mind.
Yeah.
Or is it Robert Frost? Who said that?
Which one?
The multitudes.
Thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think my dad said it.
I thought it was Splinter from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I made the funny. All right, here's this shit.
Oh, Jesus.
This is very exciting. Is there audio to this?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. It's fine without it.
It's okay. This is my God.
With a
Pizza. Whoa, here's Fauci at my door.
They all look like real dolls. Not that I know what a real doll looks like.
Nah, never seen one. Biden in a wheelchair with a gun.
Now he's setting and just the angles. Putin in his Taekwondo outfit.
They all look like they're shot by either security cameras or through a peephole in a front door.
Yo,
looks like that little clip from The Wire opening. Like every season has one thing for a security.
They didn't. It kind of looks like Kamala. Oh shit! Is that Kim Jong-un?
Daniel, you paid how much for this in the basement of a bodega?
Whoa! Is that the Pope? The Pope got he's double guns. He's
listening to Iron Maiden.
He's listening to Iron Maiden. Oh, Xi Jinping.
Jesus Christ!
Netanyahu's not in this, I don't think.
Oh, here's Elon Musk. He probably likes this.
This is terrifying.
He's torturing dogs.
Yo, why is Mark Zuckerberg got an iguana? What the fuck is this?
Isn't that wild?
This is unnerving. Wow.
In a somewhat artistic way, am I right?
Yeah, honestly,
there's an artistic impulse behind it.
I don't hate it. I hate the idea of it.
Yeah,
but that was kind of sick.
Yeah, I hate that. Good. Like 6 weeks from tomorrow, it's going to be indistinguishable from real live video.
I know.
Yeah.
But
we'll look back when it was quaint and beautiful and slightly surreal, and not a doppelganger for exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's like when you look back on GeoCities times on the internet, that was cute and quaint. It's like GeoCities suck shit also.
Yeah. It was also bad, but fucking A. Just real quick, some more super chats. Philip Blair. Jonathan Cadman is a real progressives journalist who used to do Hasbara, went through DC Saban training and everything. His cat Norman Bates is cool too. Maine Coon cat mix rescue. He'd be great here. The cat?
Thank goodness we found out what his cat breed is.
I like when someone likes someone enough that they know what their cat is.
The cat Norman Bates might be the first Norman we can schedule.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get the other Norman eventually.
Yeah.
Michelle Carpenter, Imminent Trouble Source, gave us $9.99. Hi, Matt. I came to your show in Chicago, was in a watermelon dress. Hope you didn't have any a-hole ZO TSA agents on your way home. Also, will that episode go up on Patreon plus gas money for D? The episode of the live podcast, it could go on Patreon. I
thought that one belonged to your wife. I thought that was
it's on my wife's Patreon because it's a habituation room / Bad Hasbara, but it's my wife's podcast. So if you want to listen to that one, you should start watching my wife's show, The Habituation Room with Francesca Fiorentini. Check it out on YouTube at Franny Fio. Lindsay Craven gave us $2.
Your wife's name is so close to one of my favorite Kids in the Hall characers, Francesca Fiore.
Yeah, I love that.
That makes you Bruno Ponce Jones.
That makes me Bruno Ponce Jones. I've always wanted to be Bruno Ponce Jones. That's why I married her. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Says Big Ola Mio. Lindsay, thoughts on Hasbara accounts like Roots Metals? I don't know Roots Metals. I'll check it out. $10 Psychic Dragon for more AI madness. Donald James, simple fix to regulate AI. Pass a goddamn law saying that all AI should have a disclaimer or watermark there so there's no deception, especially the elderly.
Crazy Jews.
Come on, man. Put a disclaimer on that shit.
I'll have AI create a disclaimer.
Yeah.
I am the real Daniel Mate.
Yeah. Crazy Jews. That's something I would say. You got to just have me just doing straight Hasbara. You know what I mean? Like, all the Arab states are against us.
I support all of Bibi's policies.
God damn it. Oh, my God.
Owned.
The best thing is, I thought about that at 5 o'clock today and was able to make that work.
How did you do? Did you like input our voices into a machine? Because
if only I had access to hours of you guys talking into nice microphones, soloed and EQ'd.
Soloed and EQ'd. We're so fucked. Oh my god. They're gonna get us, man. This is this is the next step of like the Zionists like getting people fired from their jobs. It's just making that shit. Which is
the next episode is gonna somehow start with "Welcome to Bad Hasbara, the world's most child pornographic podcast."
yeah. I love child porn.
Yeah, both your camera feeds are gonna look like they're from a ring cam, and you're gonna have two flamethrowers,
Yeah. I mean, I'd be cool with that, shit. Thank you for keeping us sane, listeners and viewers. All right, so some more videos and shit. I guess so we can talk a little bit of news. One thing I wanted to bring up was the right now what's going on in the West Bank is an invasion by the IDF into Palestinian territory, the likes of which we haven't seen since the Second Intifada, which is crazy to think about, because with that one there was an uprising happening, not excusing the amount of troops, obviously. Shut up, computer! Shut up!
Oh my god! I thought you were screaming. I thought Alexa. You were. You know who I thought he was screaming at?
It was Alexa.
Daniel carries the show.
I thought you were screaming at your wife, and I was like, "This is not."
No, it was my Alexa. Sometimes talks to me. Alexa, don't talk again. Sometimes she talks to me in the middle of stuff.
Alexa, be very demure, very respectful.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, what is the thing that kids say? Very
what
demure
do kids
something.
Say? They do say something about demure. I saw that. This is a meme.
Siri is brat.
Siri is brat.
Do you talk that way? Do you talk that way to like male computer?
No, I know, because they're cool with me. I just feel like
they're your bros. They're
my bros.
They're your dogs. Yeah,
they're my dogs. Like I feel like it's the female ones, like Siri, and this one over here is just like yap 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 yap. You know what I mean?
I snap at the Australian one, but that's strictly a bigotry against a certain country thing.
We'll get Alexa on the podcast at some point. Just every time I see
sorry, Australians. I'm sorry. I shouldn't slag off.
Don't slag.
We love you. It's just your country is a little questionable.
A little down under. So anyways, right now the West Bank is just seeing unprecedented amounts of troops everywhere. It is fucking crazy.
or precedented in precedents that
are
called the First and Second Intifada.
Yeah, they're called the past. So just some
terrorism by the army.
Yes, some video from that just related to that is, there have been more and more of these videos of the settlers who just are starting to just be open and honest about like what they're about. And I think that one of the things we can be grateful for is that, as a colonizing power, and I mean, Americans, is that when we send people over to Israel to live there, they do it. They speak in English.
Yeah, we do it with flyers that say the best white neighborhood in occupied territory.
Exactly, straight up. And so I just wanted to play this video that's been spread around now. I think a lot of people have seen it at this point, especially if you listen to this podcast. But if you haven't, here is a little bit of an
idea of you coming from America to here, settling in potentially in Gaza, kicking Palestinians out. A lot of people would see that as settler colonialism.
It's not really colonialism, it's a return. My grandparents were kicked out of Israel by Arabs who were trying to.
Okay, so
what now?
To establish a Palestinian state.
So I think we need to break that down for a second. Your grandparents were
her grandparents were the children of the corn.
Yeah, first of all, yeah,
your grandparents
from Wichita
are Iowan zombies.
Yes,
I will literally be driving through Wichita in the morning, and I will be visiting your grandparents' graves and telling them something's up with the spawn of your spawn. You got to have a word with her.
Yeah,
these are the most Nordic
I know
Mizraim I've ever seen.
I know, it is so crazy, and it's so funny too because what she is referring to, because she is a settler who is trying to return to Gaza. That's where this interview, I believe, is being held. Or I don't know. I need to get more info on where this interview is, but this is someone who is going to be settling or is settling in Gaza.
I'm guessing she's part of the Kahana settler movement that is dreaming of, scheming to get to Gaza as soon as they can. She's probably in the West Bank somewhere.
Right. I can't imagine that she's like in the north or something, because the north is fucked as hell. I mean, who knows how fast they can set up settlements, but what she's referring to is like my grandparents were kicked out by the Arabs. She's literally referring to when 2000. No, she's referring to the 2005, right? Like she's referring to the settlements that left in 2005, which was very much something that was not. It wasn't done out of the goodness of the hearts of the Israelis. It wasn't done to promote the peace process. It was a very highly staged pull-out, quote unquote, of settlements in Gaza, of which there were not very many.
Yeah, I'm gonna read you a quote about that, actually.
Yes, please do. Like, this is me trying to guess what the hell she's talking about here. But like, just, and the idea is like, the Arabs kicked you. No, the Israeli government pulled out. Not even most settlers blame the Arabs for this. They blame the Israeli government. These right-wing Kahanists in Israel are steaming mad at the Israeli government, at Ariel Sharon of all people, for pulling out. Yeah, fucking pussy ass Sharon.
My Sharon,
Ooh, my little colonizer. And do you want me to put this on screen?
Yeah, you can. But before you do, that's a good read. She must be talking about her. I thought she was even loopier and talking about her forebears from 2,000 years ago as if they're her grandparents. It's like as if that's the same claim. Like my ancestors.
No, it sounded literally like her bubby and Zadie were in a settlement. In Gaza, and they were like, "All right, guys, we're leaving." And it's like, which means she was to my ancestral land of 2005.
Which means like, she would have been what, like a little.
I still have the corn poster that I hung on my wall.
She would have been a little impressionable 8 or 9 year old, and she remembers the shame of them.
Yes,
coming back.
Oh, yes, no, but that's
and having to live with her, and that broke up her parents' marriage because having the in-laws in the house was just too much. So she's never going to forgive the Arabs for that.
Yes. Let me put this over the screen here.
So there's a few things here. So here's a couple of sources on the actual status of what it meant when. Never mind the top thing. Let's look at the bottom one in terms of because the top thing is just confirming that in fact Israel was still the occupying power, effective control, right? But down here we have Israeli historian Edith Zeptal and Akiva Eldar, the journalist. In their book, Lords of the Land, Zertal and Eldar write that Israel's 2005 disengagement from Gaza did not, quote, release Gaza for even a single day from Israel's military grip or from the price of the occupation that its inhabitants pay every day, end quote. When it removed its settlers from Gaza, quote, Israel left behind scorched earth, devastated services, and people with neither a present nor a future. The settlements were destroyed in an ungenerous move by an unenlightened occupier, which in fact continues to control the territory and kill and harass its inhabitants by means of its formidable military might. So next time anyone talks to you about the greenhouses, the hot houses, the way that Hamas, we left it for them in such nice condition, and they just trashed.
Could have had Singapore. It's like, no, I mean, there's literally people who
we sail tonight for Singapore, where all this madness had to say. Sorry, Tom Waits.
Oh, okay. I should have guessed Tom Waits by the vocal.
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, it's either that or Cookie Monster.
I must say goodbye to you, Cookie.
But yeah, like whenever there's still people out there who are talking about like there's no occupation in Gaza, like all based on this this lie of the the idea that a pullout of settlements in Gaza is somehow the only definition of occupation is if you have settlers in there. It's like, no. An occupation does not have to have settlers. In fact, settlers within an occupied land is a whole other war crime. That's a whole other thing. There's lots of military occupations that happen without settlers. The settlers thing kind of just gives up the game of what's being tried here. But to continue, this very white lady
had to leave for their survival, and I'm just coming back and fulfilling their dream. That would be the first thing. The second thing is, I think that, and I know this is a minority view, I think colonialism gets a bad rap. Like, genocide is bad, but colonizing places that...
Well, hold on. Of course it's a minority view. It's the view of the colonizing minority.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's how it works in an apartheid system.
Yes, yeah.
That's the view that the ruling minority would have.
If it was a majority view, then it would be a different situation. But then again, they are trying to make it a majority view via genocide.
AI is struggling to keep up with this woman's looks. I mean,
yeah, no,
she looks like she needs some blood.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like that's not even anti-Semitic, because that does not look like
that's AI Semitic. Take the N and the T out of it.
AI Semitic.
And if you need a title for this live stream, there's a possibility.
Yeah, there we go. So tell us about how bad genocide
colonizing places that.
Oh my god! I'm sorry.
Yeah. Here we
go. Colonial.
What?
No, and didn't Tom Waits sign to the record label Anti at a certain point?
Oh, I don't know, man.
I'm sorry, I'm just free associating that, but I think he did.
This is like jazz.
Yeah, it is.
It's a bad rap. Like, genocide is bad, but colonizing places that are genocidal and they have bad ideology, it's good to come in and correct their views.
What do you think?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
it's improvement. It's a fixer-upper.
I just, that is an insane thing to say, because it is literally just what every single colonizer has said. And it's almost like, well, at least it's honest. It's like just verbatim what American colonists did. It's what Dutch colonists did in the Belgian Congo. It's every single colonizer goes in and literally says, no, this is good for them. These natives need Jesus. And in this case,
when you see a place that just needs a little love,
yeah,
it's got good bones is the thing.
It's got good bones,
and you want to give it some more good bones.
Yeah, just buried deep in the ground. This is this idea of like trying to switch the victim and victimizer, in which you go like genocide is bad, and the genociders in question here are the Palestinians and their culture of genocide, and it literally makes no sense in any kind of like in reality. Yeah. But if you're someone who's married to this idea of like, I am not the baddie, then you need to invert the victim and the victimizer. It's like the only way that you can live with yourself. In which case I say, have you tried not living with yourself?
She is some of Jordan Peele's best work, I gotta say.
Yeah, very good. Adam, you're muted. Is that on purpose? Are you farting up a storm?
Okay. No, he was entering some new choice AI dialogue for us.
Yes,
oops, caught me.
You motherfucker.
What should happen to the people who are already in Gaza?
So I think that there's a couple of possibilities. The one that I think is the most realistic is we got to ask other countries for help. I know that Spain was willing to take a couple of million. I know Russia said they would take a couple of thousand.
To a lot of people, that would sound like you're advocating for ethnic cleansing.
And don't think so, because Palestinian isn't an ethnicity, it's an ideology, and it's an ideology that says that they want Jews dead, and so we want them as far away from Jews as possible.
Oh man,
how is it any more of an ideology than being an Israeli?
Than as fucking Zionist, yes, than being an Israeli. I'm sorry, this it just the idea that you get caught up on the semantics too, where you're just like, well,
I think the word police would have an issue with this.
I'm calling 911 because the word police have something to say. Like, these people are literally just like, oh, it can't be ethnic cleansing because I'm going to say there is no ethnicity, or it can't be a genocide because there's not a Palestinian people. It's like, part of the genocide is you and your denial of these of their national identity and just their personhood, their humanity. Like, that is what makes it a genocide, whether or not you're trying to semantically weasel your way out of these terms because they hurt your fifis.
But at least when Golda Meir did it, she had a kind of actual Jewish Midwestern. I think she was from Chicago or Minnesota.
I thought she was a Brooklyn girl, born and raised.
Goldie Meyerson was her name. I thought she was from the Midwest. But anyway,
I'm looking at her.
there was a kind of, or Pittsburgh or something. But this woman is not even discernibly like a tough, like Golda Meir had a kind of cartoonish, whatever. This woman is just like,
shit, Milwaukee.
There you go.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's from Milwaukee.
They got Jews over there?
Yep.
I gotta
go eat a Butterburger. What are you? Why are you in the desert?
Dude, seriously.
Now I'm imagining like Marge Gunderson as the Prime Minister of Israel.
That would be fucking cool though. Oh man. Yeah, it is just like
and I have to disagree with your ethnographic research there.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think there were any people when we got there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't you know? Yeah, it is like just crazy to see. I mean, I think on its face, it's nice to just see just like a nice, what I'm assuming is American girl. I mean, she's got the accent of some American girl, and
the vibes of Gladys Kravitz from Bewitched.
Yeah. Which one is Gladys Kravitz?
The nosy neighbor character.
Okay. I need to rewatch Bewitched.
I'm 150 years old, man.
Yeah, you've got great skin.
Bewitched is before my time, and I'm older than both of you combined.
Oh man. Yeah, man, it is. Let's see. Philip Blair, it's talking about King Leopold's Ghost here. A Story of Greed. Yeah, that's a great book by Adam Hochschild. I actually read that book in college.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to college.
You read books?
We went to the same college at different times.
I went to UC Santa Cruz. I read one book, and then I was like, I wonder where the nearest heroin is. And
if you'd had a good friend, they would have said it's in the Jane Austen section.
Yes, and then I would have read Pride and Prejudice.
There are many great heroines. In the works of Jane Austen.
Why didn't I get that immediately?
Because you know why?
I gave you the benefit.
As Dan Aykroyd said to Bill Murray, you never studied.
Yeah. Mark it down.
Daniel carries the show.
If we turn that bingo board into a drinking game, someone finna die.
And you finna get kicked out of AA.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't drink. The listeners would drink.
Okay.
I would just sit back and enjoy. Sit back on this turkey baster. So just in terms of like more, I have more just insane settler videos, the ones that are a little more lighthearted, even though deep down what's actually happening is so horrific. This is something that somebody showed me today. Someone sent through a DM that I was just like, wow, I love it when settlers make TikToks. Here we go. So what kind of crazy people would want to live in a prison? When we came to Adoraim, we knew we would have to deal with challenges. One of them is the wall. I didn't imagine for a moment how difficult it would be for me. So as I explained in previous videos, the wall is not necessarily a bad thing. It creates a safe space without cars so that children at all ages can walk around freely and really enjoy it. Personally, in terms of family perspective and of course community perspective, so at least in terms of the youth, nothing is missing, but I really need space.
Hell yeah. So deeply Jonestown-y.
I know. We have everything we need here. No cars and also bars.
This is the worst country to ever exist.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there haven't been good Israeli novelists or filmmakers. I'm not saying that great poetry has, or a few good songwriters. I'm not saying that it has nothing
to... the shit out of that fiddle.
Daniel Barenboim is a real friend of the Palestinians.
Absolutely.
Chaim Topol was a fervent Zionist, but he sang the shit out of Fiddler on the Roof.
Ido did a great job with helping me, make the music better for the theme song.
Gal Gadot has helped me fall asleep. Never mind. But what I'm saying is that
waiting for Godot.
What you're saying is
that just as a country, in terms of like the median, just what it's capable of, like this is unfathomably tacky. It's tacky, it's nerdy, it's horrific, all at once. Like it's kitsch, schmaltz, camp, horror. Like it's everything nauseating, and I don't think it's just the room temperature pork talking.
No, it's absolutely nauseating, especially because there's so much delusion that has to go into just living there every day. And
I'm talking about it as a state now, not the human beings necessarily, not the place, certainly not who they've become, not the place, not Jews living there, but this fucking state.
No, it is the worst. It is the worst state, and I think if anything, other than Palestinians, we have more of a right to say it than anybody else. Because of the fact that it also is just actively making people hate Jews. And you see a video like this, and I'm like, I have a hard time blaming you, because this fool is about to argue for Lebensraum. So please tell me about how much space you need. I really need space. I need it for my soul. The Arabs, on the other hand, were walking around freely in the fields of the orchards, and we looked at them from inside our cage. But hey, from inside our cage, you put the cage up.
We put a cage inside their cage, and then all of a sudden we're in some sort of double cage?
Why do these Arabs get to be free range?
Yeah. What about us and our rights as people who built a cage inside of someone else's cage? This is bullshit. We will do everything for our Israel, but since the outbreak of the war, everything has completely changed. From day one of the war, the army warned the Arabs around us that they're no longer supposed to leave their villages.
This guy looks like a fucking discount mattress salesman. Like all of his body language is like, I can't help it. I just can't stop slashing prices. I mean, Arab throats. I mean, prices.
and go in the direction of our settlements, and that all of the fields and all the greenhouses around us are closed military zone. And since then, we have had the right and obligation to go out into these fields and to get to know the amazing national treasures we didn't even know existed a millimeter outside our fence. And suddenly, there is a place to walk around. And
he's talking about how great it was to annex more land.
Yeah, no, literally. It's literally what he's talking about. I'm not crazy. This is a bad man.
He's got male pattern Nazism.
To walk around, and we do it occupying the hills around us with lookout points, picnic tables, and we put up the flag with pride. At the same time, around the settlement, a new fence is being built, which makes the official settlement more than double what it was. What can I tell you? I'm a piece of shit. The fields and the nature that I was so attracted to just opened up in front of me, more than I could ever imagine.
Oh, fucking Jesus. So, like, suddenly, somehow, after all of that, seeing the mattress salesman in a kippah, a fucking orange parka or whatever, and a big-ass machine gun slung over his shoulder, lifting his little blonde child.
Yes.
It absolutely...
I've said it. I said it last episode.
I'm left without words, sorry.
I said it several episodes ago. Just a little message to the Triple H clan, Hasbara, Houthis, Hamas.
Yes.
What up, yo?
Yeah. What up? What up, though?
Yalla.
What are you doing, Iran?
And I don't really mean that. But in moments like that, I really fucking mean it.
We're having fun. We're having.
Is that what the wrestler Triple H stands for?
Yes, Triple H was Hezbollah, Hamas, and Houthis WWE fighter.
God, I didn't know he had those politics.
Yeah, no, he's pretty
different cool. Was he different than Hollywood Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
There's a long tradition of 3H guys, it turns out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but hold on, someone. Sperm. I don't know why they wrote it.
That's Monty Python. That's lyrics. Sperm.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's spam. Sorry, that's spam. It's every sperm is sacred.
Hey, yo, what up, Hamas? Yeah, it is. It's just like people, and this is, you know what pisses me off?
No. But sorry. I just realized. Speaking of Triple H, Arabs and I think Israelis, when they write out instead of LOL, they just write HHHHH or chet or whatever the Arab equivalent is, because it's like a Bert and Ernie kind of laugh. That's
yeah.
So when you text with people from that region, they'll sometimes just write HHHHH.
Oh, good.
Sorry, Matt, that wasn't worth interrupting you for, but it was just a fact that dominoed it.
Stream, dude. You can interrupt me all you want. Adam can't even cut this out because people are seeing it. This is the raw shit. So this is what it's like. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, everyone.
I'm gonna mute myself because I want you to finish your thought.
I didn't even know what I was gonna, motherfucker. I don't know what I was gonna say. No, it was something along the lines of there's like obviously so many like much worse videos coming out of the West Bank vis-a-vis settlers, like, you know, because you see the total like thug mentality of these like settlers, and you see a lot of settler violence, especially recently, especially now with all of the IDF going full hog into the West Bank and into Jenin right now specifically. I mean, they're there ready to do whatever the fuck they're about to do, and they're blaming it on Iran. But anyways, so you see this kind of like settler behavior, and the one thing I hate about the settlers is that they, not unlike Netanyahu, are the perfect excuse for liberal Zionists out there to like point at someone who are the bad guy and be like, man, look at the bad guy. That's not like us. The rest of us are super peaceful, and we don't want to live in settlements. And you just are. It pisses me off because I'm like, well, you are actively supporting a government that does nothing but support and fund these settlers. Like, you can pretend all you want.
Matt, liberal Zionists are working tirelessly to de-radicalize Israeli societies.
That's right. Yes, they are, and they've done a great job.
Bring the settlers home.
Oh, bring them home.
Make the occupation. Yeah.
We should have bring them home, but for Israelis. Just all of them. Bring them home.
Bring them back to Kenosha.
Yeah, bring them to Kenosha. Bring them back to Wichita. Bring them back to Milwaukee. Like, come on. You know, these guys, they're being held right now in Tel Aviv, where they can't even get a Butterburger. You know, like that's terrible. There's no cheeseburgers.
Yeah, you can't get a curd.
Being
in Haifa,
being human shielded by their own armed forces. I mean, they're
100%. I mean, you know, and listen, we can't, as a podcast, even talk about a ceasefire with Israel until they return all the hostages home. And by hostages, I mean everyone who lives in Israel.
Come on back to Kansas. Come on back to Kansas City, Missouri, Jews.
Look at this.
Look what you can get here.
Bring them home. We need to go. Okay, so now we need to get ribbons. We need to get bad Hasbara ribbons. We need to wear. They got to be like orange or something, because just to go against the yellow ribbon that they have. We also want to bring them home, but like
just a different them.
Yeah, by them, I'm talking about, you know, all the West Bank settlers, and by home I mean Culver City. Go back. It's nice here. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, anyways, that shit's crazy. This whole Israel thing, I'm starting to think is weird. You know, like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, sort of to channel Trump, we need to shut this whole thing down until we can figure out what's going on.
Honestly,
because a lot of people are saying that it's kind of nuts over there. It's kind of nuts. We need to figure out what's going on, because no one knows what's going on.
I wanted to bring up another thing that you actually, Daniel, you sent me something.
No, I didn't.
In the group chat.
No, I didn't.
No, you did. Okay, fine. I came up with this.
I don't think I did.
I mean, it doesn't sound like you.
I'm trying to do the Monty Python argument sketch for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I didn't.
Oh,
I paid for an argument. No, you didn't.
This is abuse.
This is just contradiction.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
So, as people may or may not know, but there was a story that spread like wildfire through not just social media, but media, both Israeli media and American media, about a survivor of the Nova Festival. Yes.
Great to see. It's great to see Brace finally getting some national shine.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it nice?
Oh no, a survivor of the actual festival, not a survival of the festival.
No. I'm talking about the survival of the of the exhibit.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the actual Nova Festival. A survivor who witnessed a bunch of harrowing things. There's a trigger warning for people. This is pretty
extremely
insane.
Lame.
Yeah, trigger warning. This is super lame, but also the beginning of this is might be triggering to those who don't want to hear.
It contains sexual assault, and also accounts of things that System of a Down may have at one point referred to as self-righteous.
Yes, and the trigger warning is important, whether or not the fact that this story is actually fake, which is
full and total garbage.
Yes. So this story first came out just a few days ago, I think, or maybe it was like a week or so ago. I started seeing it spread everywhere. This Nova survivor who left essentially a suicide note. Couldn't continue living because of the things that they witnessed. And it was spread by friend of the show, Hen Mazig, who you might remember we did a whole episode about. Here's a picture of him. So he did this tweet right here where he said, the original letter was published anonymously by the sister in an Israeli social media group in Hebrew. She mentioned that she wants to keep the privacy of the family, and that's why she doesn't want to disclose their identity. May his memory be a blessing. The note says, they saw you. They're dragging you out of the bushes. They're 4 and you're 1. You scream for help.
Hold on. These are just the lyrics to Thriller.
Yeah.
They out the bushes. There's 4 of them, and you are just 1. You scream for help, and one of them punishes you to silence you. You try to fight them while looking toward my direction for me to save you. But if I step out, we will get murdered. I want to live. I sit there silently and think I'm undressing you, girl.
Wow. I'm crying. I feel like I need to scream. They turn you on your stomach. He goes once again, just another fan fiction that was at this point reading it all is just like, why torture us? They murdered you, but before they murdered your body, they murdered your soul. I sat there in the bushes for hours. I did not come out.
You don't want to read that? I mean, that third paragraph is really artful.
Okay, they turn you on your stomach and they start raping you one by one. Then they turn you around again and they yell at you in English. They want to see you for yourself, how they have defeated you. You try to crawl in my direction. I pray for something to happen, for someone to kill them so you can get out alive. But as you crawl towards me, they're on top of you and the shot comes. They murdered.
The shot comes. Okay, I'm telling you, this is Hen Mazig found this. He made an intimate. It's just some couple's sick idea of like it's some kind of kink thing they're doing.
It's repulsive fan fiction.
It's repulsive fan fiction, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
maybe it's its own.
It absolutely could be. It is whether or not it was written because a couple wanted to have horny sexual assault fantasies.
Nova sex.
About Nova sex at the festival, or it was written by Zaka, which I think is probably the more likely culprit here.
It's in the Zaka writer's room.
Yeah, it's in the Zaka's writer room, which, by the way, Zaka, one of the greatest out there, one of the greatest in the business in that writer's room. I love that the way they just, there's no bad ideas as long as there's sexual assault.
Zaka.
By the way, in my defense, when I said trigger warning, this is lame, I thought it was going to be the video of the girl in the yellow bikini dancing at a rave with her weird dad.
No, but you're not wrong. Trigger warning, this is lame because this all turned out to be fake. The craziest thing about this entire thing is that someone writes it took 11 months for an eyewitness to come forward. The eyewitness didn't come forward. There is no eyewitness. Channel 12 in Israel did an investigation and
Channel 13.
Oh, excuse me, Channel 13. Channel 12 did an investigation and found out that it was very true. No,
yeah, Channel 12 is the CW.
Yeah, Channel 12 is just playing reruns of Gotham, but Channel 13, in trying to verify the story, discovered that it was completely unverifiable because it was just completely faked. And I have something from the New Arab that goes into all of this, which I will read for you right now. Suicide letter by quote. Witness of Hamas sexual violence is fabricated, Israeli media admits. The Israeli media confirmed that a widely circulated suicide letter by a witness of alleged Hamas sexual violence on October 7th was just another fabricated claim. Let's see. Last week, a social media post claimed that a young man who had allegedly survived the Hamas-led assault on the Southern Israel Music Festival had, quote, committed suicide, and that his family had decided to share his suicide letter. Channel 13 reported that efforts to contact the author's family had led to an investigation, which concluded the story was fabricated. A story that ran in recent days about a Nova survivor who saw the horrors and committed suicide did not leave a single eye dry, said Adam Shafir, the producer of Israeli Channel 13's current affairs program, Hatzinor. Hatzinor. Quote, after trying to reach the family to tell their story, the search turned into an investigation. We will reveal tonight on the pipeline that it is completely fake. The letter was posted anonymously in a Facebook group, and was later widely disseminated after it was translated into English by Israeli writer Hen Mazig. Mazig, who works at the Tel Aviv Institute, shared the translation and the fabricated suicide note on Twitter with highly sensationalized remarks.
It's also like a weird, like well-worn Law and Order plot. Like,
yes,
it's so facile in its construction that it's insane that it took this long to be sort of found out,
right?
But also just so basic.
Yes, yeah, and also like at this point, the fact that anyone would read this and not immediately go like, I think I'm gonna wait on this one. You know what I mean? After all of the faked stories that have come out of the October 7th attacks, like from the beheaded babies to the baby in the oven to the fucking mass sexual assault claims, the systemic sexual assault, sex as a weapon of war, shit that, you know, at this point, people are just New York Times just leaving that one up, hoping people forget. And it's like, who the fuck is going to see that Facebook letter and be like, yeah, that's real?
Matt, I'm sorry. I'm going to channel my inner Kleba now here and say that I think we're missing the forest for the trees here. I think what Hen is pointing to is the Dickensian aspect of this this fake story, you know, and getting lost in these details. I just sent you so there's what's mentioned in a paragraph sent is the German ambassador expressing regret, and I sent you the tweet itself just now. I just texted it to you. There's something quite. We need to look at what this German guy says here.
Yeah.
A rare moment of a German person telling the truth about Israel.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
I regret no, I can't do how would you do a German accent that's not an Israeli accent?
Regret having believed, like so many others, that the suicide letter was real. Turns out it was total phony baloney. I find this an appalling act.
It was phony Bologna.
Yeah, it was phony Bologna. It was fake. It's not even real. It's faker than your tits. Just imagine him just talking to some lady at a club. I find this an appalling act, given that so many real lives were taken at the Nova Festival, so many crimes committed, so many souls destroyed.
Okay, hold on a second there, Herr Siebert.
Yes.
I wonder if we can find some other reasons to find this an appalling act, given that so many real lives were ... Okay, so basically what you're saying is this is appalling. Yeah. They could have chosen from among so many real atrocities to get us off with in a salacious way. Why did they have to make it up?
People to continue this genocide.
I just blew my bratwurst on a fucking concoction.
Yeah.
I say it's an appalling act because so many real lives for every single one of these fucking lies right over the border from the Nova Festival have been snuffed out on the strength of these fucking fabrications.
That's right.
It's been happening over and over and over and over and over again since the beginning. Not one of these fucking horror stories has turned out to be true, except the general fact that atrocities were committed. But you can't really go and disembowel babies and burn wheelchair users alive and kill pregnant women and destroy an entire concentration camp's worth of civilian infrastructure on the strength of some tough things happened that day. Some people got killed. There were shootings. There was some cruelty. No, that's too general. You gotta spice it up. You gotta really. Yeah. You got to give the military war pigs some more specific slop than that. And that's what's fucking appalling about this. You fucking rube.
Yeah. I mean, and just, the way in which Israeli media has in general responded to this has been exactly the same. They've all across the board have said something like, guys, the problem with stories like this is that it really
it dishonors.
It dishonors the victims of sexual assault that I'm sure we're gonna find eventually.
If you were the soul of a beheaded baby from October 7th, how would you feel that so many column anxious were given to this fake story?
Yeah, there's just so many different baby heads out here who are just like, big yikes, fellas.
It's really not unlike that settler video that you showed. It's like, it's a shame that this makes it so much harder for us to do the thing that we're doing, but we don't want to talk about.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm just like, can we please just try to be honest?
Someone in the chat pointed out this German guy's initials are perfect.
Oh yeah, SS. Look at that. I regret having believed this, like so many others, because it felt so perfectly in line with every other lie that I've believed so far. And I said to myself, well, certainly they're not going to do this a 15th time. And lo and behold, I was wrong, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I will never underestimate the Jews again.
Yes, I've made this mistake too many times in the past, and now I will create a glorious Fourth Reich. No, these these fucking guys, I just like, it's just, and shout out to Hen for really being the lead on that bullshit. Like, he has been working overtime as a Hasbarist, just trying to be out here, just be like he's making a name for himself, and I'm glad that name is fucking lying dickhead. You know what I'm saying? So, hey guys, you're not crazy. But I'm not crazy. You're not crazy. You're normal. Maybe it's time to wind down soon, producer Adam. You want to wind?
Well, it's past my bedtime. My mom is getting worried, and I don't know. People have been with us for a while. You don't want to stay on forever.
Should we read a few more super chats? Are there any more?
Yeah, we'll read some more super chats. Let's see what you guys have been saying. Damn, there's a lot of comments. All right, let's see where someone said. Here we go. Someone said, "Thanks for hanging out tonight, Badass Bar Crew. Thank you, Big Alarmio.
Darkness falls across the land."
Thanks. Oh yeah, just a guy who loves long cocks. $10. Thanks for keeping me safe. Sane. Safe. Thank you, Israel, for keeping me safe. Philip Blair, $5. Thanks, Daniel, for narrating your and your dad, Gabor Mate's audiobooks. Is there a BDS-friendly app you can recommend for listening to your audiobooks?
Are you telling me that Audible isn't BDS-friendly?
I assume because they're owned by Amazon, they probably aren't, but I don't know. Libby. Try Libby. Libby is the library app. Obviously, buy the book. And then go to Libby and check it out on,
actually, no, fuck it. Just throw a few shekels at producer Adam's way. He'll input the text of the book. He's got my fucking voice. He can produce a very credible, and I'm sure he'll throw in a few spicy surprises into the text along the way.
Dude, if these motherfuckers try to get AI to do audio narration for books and magazines, like, I will be so pissed as someone who loves audiobooks.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I listened to an article very recently. I think it was from the Wall Street Journal, and it was about it was some puff piece about Israelis are kind of sad about this whole thing. They're like, damn, turns out we didn't win as fast as we thought we were going to. This war sucks. I'm a reservist, and I thought it was just gonna be a few months. And I was listening to it, and the tone of the narrator was chipper, and I was like, this is a weird narration. And then at one point I was like, is this fucking AI? If they do that, I'm gonna fucking riot, because I love to be read to. I'm a little baby who likes to hear.
I'm a little baby piggy.
On a previous road trip through Italy, I listened to 2 Kurt Vonnegut audiobooks. I'd never read Vonnegut before.
Yeah.
One of them was read by John Malkovich, and one of them was read by James Franco, and they were both sublime experiences.
Yes. It's really wonderful. I love audiobooks.
Me too.
Once I listen to them, if someone asks me if I have read that book, I say yes. Because listening
with my ears.
reading. No, I don't say no. I just say yes. I hate when people are like, oh, you listen to audiobooks, you don't use your eyes. I'm like, my eyes are playing phone games. My ears are playing learn games. Okay.
My hands are multiplying soldiers and upgrading their weapons by 50 years on a little thin path down my phone.
The craziest thing is, like, I listen to a lot of, obviously, like, Ilan Pape and stuff like that, a lot of Noam Chomsky, and I play Call of Duty at the same time. Yeah. People say that there's a conflict there. But to be honest, I don't think so. It's not like I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I wish I was Batman or whatever. I just like to blow off some steam by shooting some guys. All right. Here we go. Ian. Well, I'm not going to pronounce.
He's been trying to post the URL of my "If I Had a Rocket Launcher" from Instagram as a super chat, but I guess super chats aren't allowing URLs. But it's not hard. It's not hard to find.
Yeah.
On my grid.
All right. This is Australian $2, which is like,
this is an Australian $2 pun.
Oh, I get it, Daniel, mate.
Although I shouldn't be mean. I was in St. Louis this afternoon on my way from Louisville to Kansas City along Highway 64, and I stopped at the St. Louis Chess Club and the Hall of Fame, and I took a picture.
I saw that
with a big wooden chess piece king behind me, and I said my caption was "Checkmate," and that's about as clever or creative as Daniel might from an Australian. So
you should have written, "If you come at the king, you best not mate."
Skew both our puns on the Barbie.
Yeah. Next is Samba Boy says, "Bad Hasbara awards, please." Oh, I love that. We need something to take our mind away from the 1 year mark. Yeah, I love that. An award show.
When is the 1 year mark of this podcast? When you started a few weeks before, or like right around the time you and I met, right?
Yeah, it was maybe a week after we met. It was before Christmas.
Yes, but we met on December 12th, I believe, and then you dropped it
at Hanukkah.
And then I came on the show a couple of days after the New Year.
Yes, yeah. So I mean, the 1 year mark of the podcast is then, but then,
the genocide is
So October. I just love that my daughter's birthday is October 7th. It is. Yes. I don't know if I've talked about that on this podcast, but yes, my daughter's birthday is October 7th. And I'm very excited to make the invitations for her second birthday party. I'm just like, I wanted to say like a date that will live in infamy, there's going to be paragliders. It's going to be, it's going to be great.
You need to find her a best friend whose birthday is September 11th.
Yeah, well, my wife's is September 10th. So close.
Mine's the 28th.
Look at that. Well, that's far.
Yeah.
What happened on the 28th? Producer Adam, is yours January 6th?
My dad's is January 6th.
Shut up.
I'm serious.
Look at that.
It's not, but I celebrate that day for another reason.
Yeah, because it's a day when it was a pretty sick day. All right. A few. Damn, there's a lot. I'm going to go through these fast. Okay. Bring you Tigrinya. I heard she's from Texas, not related. In Austin, there's a grocery store in my hood owned by two guys from Tulcarum called Native Grocery.
He's talking about the settler, the
Jordan
Peele character. Yeah.
Of course, she's from Texas. And then Michelle Carpenter, Imminent Trouble Source. I watched Habituation Room. I joined her Patreon too, but I just gave all my money to you, JK. It was a great show. Thanks. Philip Baker.
The husband should manage the money.
Speaking of Patreon, there's 674 people watching right now, and I think they're all obligated to go to patreon.com/badhasbara.
Patreon.com/badhasbara. Please
and
join.
Barring that, guys, we should be more like Katie Halper, because when she does live streams, she fucking harangues her hogs to click like and subscribe on the YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm getting irritated. I'm like, we do fine numbers on YouTube, but they're not like growing in ways that seem plausible to me, given our immense popularity, given the fact that I can't get the world off our three dicks. Like, it's just
they can. The world just can't have enough of our dicks.
So, so in the name of D's nuts, could you please
like and share,
and subscribe? It'll really help the algorithm. Which really helps the ridiculous nonsense we're trying to do here.
100%. Please help us help you by liking and subscribing. If you haven't already, like, come on, what are you doing here? You're just
I gotta buy more AI voice points, you guys. Please.
Exactly. He needs to make more AI stuff, and the only way to do that is for either you joining the Patreon or subscribing. Yeah. Well, the thing about us as YouTube channels,
50 people have liked. I'm gonna click like now. Are you kidding me? 51 likes on this stream.
Well, maybe it's not good, Daniel. Maybe we're bad at this. I don't know. All I know is that I think we're good. And isn't that the point? That we think we're good?
Well, that's what the democratization of media has wrought, is that we all just make our own slop and say it's good.
Yeah. Also, those numbers go up. They're not like live.
Someone's telling me to refresh. Just a second.
Yeah, you refresh. Exactly.
Oh, 420. That's good.
Oh, blaze it.
Yeah.
You guys know, like, drugs? Okay. Azure City, UCSC, Bay Area, baby. Thank you.
Bay Area, baby. Yeah. Charmed, I'm sure.
Barbell C, you say spam, I say sperm. Let's call the whole thing off. Thank you. I agree. James Mahoney, the goy. No, I served in Afghanistan. I don't like the start of this. The goy. No, I'm gonna say
this bit needs work.
Hey, beg me not to tell American student. Yeah, I don't like. Anyone who starts off a sentence with like the goy, no,
especially when their name is Mahoney.
Mahoney, yeah. I'm sorry, but it's just a little bit of what do you call it? Could be some neo-Nazi shit. Yeah, I get sent a lot of memes that are like the goyim no, and I was like, what are the goyim no?
Listen, you Mick, no racism allowed here.
Yeah. You take up. You go to your priest with that anti-Semitic bullshit. He could just, he could be.
Go talk to your boy.
And then Brandon McNamara, when your propaganda is written by racist cartoons. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Review a Kosha Dill's music video sometime, please. Great content. Yeah, we have to get into fucking Kosha Dill's losing his goddamn mind.
Who the fuck is Kosha Dill's?
A guy is like hey, what if a rapper was Jewish? Is
that like Lil Dicky's new?
It's like Lil Dicky, but not
worse.
Funny. All right. Then
Lil Dicky's great. I like that there was
Lil
a video
Dicky's amazing.
Where he said the N-word and platformed Chris Brown. I thought that was great.
Well, he's doing his best.
I only know that song where he tries to get rapper advice from Snoop Dogg, and that's clever enough. I did a video about that once. Can we get Jill? Someone's asking if we can get Jill Stein. So I'm going to need you to define what you mean by get.
Oh yeah, could we?
Like, can we pull? Can we pull? Like, do we have that kind of swag? Can we? Would we?
Yeah, no, Jill Stein. If you're out here, yeah, come on the show and
don't watch the about 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, just missed that part. We're not we're not actually misogynist. We've had 4 women on. I'm just kidding. I'm so
in a row.
All right. Thank you, Queen 78, for 750 UUs.
What is that fucking currency?
I don't know, but I hope it's even better than the dollar. That'd be sick. Malpertius says super sticker. Oh, they didn't say that. I'm so bad at YouTube. Bring David Sheen back and Max Blumenthal. Shukran says H Haltan, $20. Thank you. H is also a Patreon subscriber, and I'm a big fan. All right, almost done with all these. Just a couple more. Philip Blair, once again, Audible and Google Books already up. I like he's essentially, Philip is having a conversation with us by paying money, which is very nice. Hey, guys, like you could actually just type these things, but he's like, no, I'm going to get $5
by 3 Ashkenazis.
So let everybody know that I'm having real trouble getting this. Oh, they already have virtual voices in audiobooks. Communist Manifesto narrated by Dick Cheney.
And to each, according to his
really
need, and from each, or according to his basically to his ability.
That's what an amazing and obsolete impression. Like, dude, that's really good. For Simchas Torah, Hitler will burn like a candle. Lyrics from the 1945 anti-fascist song Yiddish Glory, Yom Kippur without fascists, to feel better about your daughter's birthday. Oh, I'll listen to that.
The Woody Guthrie mural that I saw in Louisville this morning had a picture of him with his guitar that said, "This machine kills fascists."
Oh, that is cool. I'm glad that's some machine does that.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool if that was on a like a fuck machine. This machine drills fascists. Well, guys, we've had a wonderful time talking with you guys about Bad Hasbara. Please. By the way, Uruguay. That's where that Euro money was from.
No, excuse me, Matt. Uruguay. Okay.
No, Uruguay.
I don't think so.
I'm not getting into this one.
All right. Do your parents?
You know what? The two of you, you're a Paraguay.
Hey.
Paraguay.
So, Patreon.com/Bad Hasbara. Please join us. Adam, guest / producer. Thank you so much for coming on.
It was a pleasure. I mean, so rarely do you get to work on stuff that you actually like with people who are nice.
Yeah.
And if that ever happens to me, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that.
You bitch.
And now I actually have the show ender that you recorded earlier, Matt.
All right.
From the river to the sea, I can't wait to be an Israeli.
Oh, I hate you, doggy. All right, thanks everyone for listening. Bye.
AI generated us.
All right.